Let's welcome Kathy Holly and Spotlight.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Spotlight. I have two wonderful musicians here, a leader of a band, Larry Arndt, and Peter Loeb, who plays saxophones in the band. I didn't mention the band's name yet because I promised myself that I want to pronounce it correctly, but who could be better at teaching us how it's pronounced? The leader himself, Larry Arndt. Welcome to the show. And you are the leader of the band. The name?
Pronounced Etaoin Shrdlu.
Etaoin Shrdlu. Where did you get that name?
Yes, well, probably about 1964 or so, there was a Pogo book that my parents got for me, and Etaoin Shrdlu was a character in Pogo. And it made such an impression on me as a child that it stuck with me for 60 years.
My gosh, and this is a local band, everybody, here in Pacifica. All right, let's take a look at the cartoon that influenced you to name this band.
This is where it all started.
This is it? Oh, so the character, the dog, is...
No, it's the bookworm that's on the dictionary in
the
between
bookworm,
Pogo and not Howland, Beauregard.
Oh, that is so fantastic. That is great. All right, I'm going to try pronouncing it again. Etaoin.
That's excellent.
Shrdlu.
Excellent.
Well, see, now you out there in television land, you could do the same thing I did. And I want to talk to everybody, and we're going to see some video clips. This wonderful band. How did it all begin? You played the drums as a child, of course.
Right. Started in grade school. They needed a drummer. So, the band director came by our house, talked to my parents, said we need another drummer. That's how it started.
And where were you again?
In Spring Lake, Michigan, town of 2,000 people.
All right, fast forward. How did you get to Pacifica?
So my wife Janet and I moved here in '99 from San Francisco. Mm-hmm. And then I started connecting with some of the people in the local music community. So I've played with Ian Butler, Nancy Hall, Don Rowell over the years.
Yes. Yeah.
And then around 2015, I started feeling like I wanted to start my own band.
Good for you. And that's what happened?
And yes, and Etaoin Shrdlu is the result.
And what kind of music would you say do you do? If you were to give me a description. We're going to look at some clips. Oh, and there they are, the wonderful band. But yes, what type, what style?
A variety of styles. So we don't try to replicate any particular style of music. Being the drummer, I like to utilize as many different rhythms, different grooves that we can, because I enjoy playing a variety of grooves.
Yes.
So we've got influences from lots of different kinds of music, but almost all are danceable, fun beats that I like to play and that people might like to move to. The other aspect of it is that I wanted it to have lots of room for improvisation so that the band members would have an opportunity to be as creative as they want to be. So we have a variety of grooves and we have lots of improvisation.
And so several writers in your band.
Yeah, we have 9 people in the band at the moment, and 6 of the 9 people have contributed songs to our repertoire.
That is wonderful. And they're all originals. You don't do covers, do you?
You could say they're all originals. We do a cover that nobody would recognize as a cover. And we do another one that's just for fun because one of the band members' spouse really likes the song, so we have a version of that.
Which one is that?
So we do Black Sabbath's Paranoid.
Oh, for heaven's sake.
Danielle's husband, Robert, really likes it.
Well, that's great. Well, listen, we have to take a look at some of these clips I have. I pulled them off of YouTube because you play at Winters here in Pacifica.
Yes, we've been there a few times. We really like it there.
Well, we're going to flash the schedule up, of course, during the interview at some point. But I do want to take a listen and have the audience listen to it. Kamala 2, is that the name of this?
Kamala.
Kamala.
For this one.
Kamala 2. And where did the name come from? Not currently.
No,
not
so
our vice president, no.
I was in an East Bay band in the 80s, and the guitarist, Len Patterson, wrote this great song called Kamala. And it was an Afrobeat feeling song, and it was about the professional wrestler, Kamala.
Oh, never heard of him.
But I love the song. I love the melody of it. So we have an updated version of it that's a different groove, but it also introduces other Kamalas.
Oh, great. Well, let's listen to it. Everybody, this is Kamala 2 for you. That was just great. I know we're going to have to zip through these, but I get the change in rhythm and everything. I love that. And Danielle is your singer.
Yes.
The lead singer. She's great. And
Yep.
I love the language. It sounds like maybe it's not English, or was it?
That one is in English, but Danielle sings in English, Spanish, and French.
Perfect.
And after this trip to Portugal, she may be adding Portuguese. We'll see.
Well, that's wonderful. Multilingual. And now we're going to go to the next. The little clip is called Rabbit. How did you arrive at that?
So a person who's no longer with the band, our previous baritone sax player, he had a vision, apparently, of a rabbit in the desert with ears so large that it could hear everything that goes on in the universe. So he wrote an instrumental about this being that he could imagine. Well, Danielle added lyrics to that instrumental melody, and the result is our current version of Rabbit. So yeah, music by Chris Vaughn, lyrics by Danielle Spandau.
All right, here we go. Let's take a listen. Rabbit.
This is a very smart rabbit, and he's this smart because he eats the psychedelic mushrooms in the forest.
Right, mushrooms, yeah, all right.
This is Rabbit.
I love it. Just how many instruments are there in the band?
So there's 9 musicians, and I have to point out that there was a special guest appearance in that clip by Pacifica's own Rick Brown. fabulous trombonist.
Ah, great.
Yep.
So you have how many horns? Tell everybody.
So 3 horns.
Yeah.
The man over there.
Yes, Peter. We're going to get to you, too.
Peter, we have Paul Strom on soprano and alto saxes, and we have Pete Aguilar on trumpet and trombone.
And then you have drums, all the instruments.
So yeah, I'm on drums. Dane Price is on congas, bongos, all sorts of other nice percussion-y sounds.
I saw him Sunday. It's great. And then you have a keyboard player.
Pacifica's own Fred Eikenberry on keyboards.
Yes.
My friend of 40-plus years, Nick Robbins on bass. Patrick Cahill on guitar.
Is that everybody?
We got Danielle on vocals. I think that covers
That's
it.
everybody. It's a great band. And that clip was from Winters.
Winters in February, yes. Winters. Amazing place in Pacifica for those who haven't been there.
Everybody? And then we also have your schedule. You're going to be playing other places. And you do play at the Pacifica Performing Arts once a year.
We have never played there.
Oh, I thought you did.
No, we have not played there. The only venue in Pacifica that we've played at so far is Winters. We would love to do Pacifica performances, but we haven't been there yet.
Well, maybe next year.
Maybe next year.
Yeah, we'll talk to Billy Philadelphia. I'll get to him. Now we have another clip, and this one sounds very Spanish. I think this is your Latin influence with the band. Well, before we play it, tell us about you were in the Peace Corps. Did that influence your music?
It was a profound musical experience. I was in the West Indies on the small island of St. Vincent, and I had an opportunity to play in a steel orchestra there. I was playing the drum set, but surrounded by 30 people playing steel drums. So in addition to that, the society itself is so based on music. Soca and calypso all the time, and reggae. St. Vincent is closer to Trinidad, so more soca and calypso there. But music is such a huge part of daily life that it had a big influence on me, and the rhythms. I definitely came back with the rhythms.
I can imagine, because I think our next number, I see that and hear it. And let's play it. It's called Venga Conmigo, which is Come With Me.
It is. It's Danielle's composition. She and Nick wrote the music, and she wrote the lyrics.
Fabulous. All right, let's take it away. Venga. That was the keyboard player. Now I got to see him again. Yeah, this music is versatile and interesting, and every piece was different that we've seen so far. So when you are at Winters, are your sets, 45 minutes?
Yeah, more or less.
Like
we can fit in, Peter, 4 or 5 songs? Our songs tend to be longer than normal.
And people dance.
Yes.
And there's no cover.
Right.
And you play other places, though. True?
We have played a few places. We don't do a lot of clubs, but we do outdoor events. So we just did Inner Sunset Flea in San Francisco.
Yes.
We're going to do Sunday Streets. In September, we're doing the Montara Art and Music Festival,
that's
which we did
great.
last year. It's a great event. fabulous vibe.
Okay, that will be something to look forward to.
We've also done the band shell.
Oh, yes.
Golden Gate Park.
Oh, that was, so I was going to bring that up, yes.
And we'll do that again.
Because
in
that's
July.
Next show I have is with the conductor. I'm going to have him on this show next month, and Herman. So he's going to talk about the band. You know, we need to keep music out there, keep it alive, and it's difficult right now for the Golden Gate Park Band, so we'll talk about that. Well, I love the style of music that your band does.
Thanks, Kathy.
Very danceable.
Yes.
I want to get up and move to that last one. And different languages. Danielle can sing in Spanish and French, and so this is great too. You get a variety of everything. Well, Peter, it's time to turn towards you here,
Okay.
because you brought something with you, and I think it's called a saxophone.
I think that's what this is.
It's a tenor sax.
It's a tenor sax.
I love a tenor sax.
And I play tenor sax and baritone sax in this band.
Of course. Well, everybody has to double, right?
Yes,
The
absolutely.
horn section, very important. Can you just demonstrate a little with the tenor? Because we know there's many different saxophones.
Yes.
I understand it was Adolf Sax who had sons, and he invented a couple of saxophones after his sons.
Well, let's say
That's another course.
That's an apocryphal tale, we'll just say.
Okay,
But
that's an apocryphal
there's
tale.
at least 8 sizes of saxophone.
There you go. Would you give us a sample of the tenor?
Well, this is a tenor.
Okay.
It's hard for me to. Is that enough?
Yes, you know what? That's great. Clap, 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 clap. I think it's great. It has that medium range,
Yes,
right? And you can. It's very versatile.
very.
I mean, jazz bands
Yes.
use a tenor. I usually have hired a tenor if I need a saxophonist. So watch out.
Okay, I'll watch out.
You never know. Well, I know that when I was looking at some of these videos, you had a chance in one video to walk
Yes.
through the audience, and I think it's really fun to watch. So I have a little video clip, and this one, the song was called "Come Along Way."
Come along with it. Yes.
And so I think it would be fun to show it. And Danielle is singing, and the horns are featured.
Yes.
All of you.
I think I'm on a
course.
baritone sax in this. But
Oh, interesting.
I'll see.
Well, we're going to have to see. So if we could play that clip out there in TV land, let's do that.
And it's
Oh, that was so fast. I thought we had more to that. I
thought
guess
so too.
not. Let's see. I guess
You'll
maybe.
have to come to Winters to see the
I'm
whole
in
thing.
yeah. So out there, you're going to have to come to Winters because we just can't, we can't play the whole clip. But I know there was much more to it. I'm sorry about that. I guess whatever I did what I did.
Okay.
And then I saw you Sunday. Oh, but wait a minute. You were going to tell us you moved quite a bit from Berkeley, right? You were born in
I was
Berkeley.
born in Berkeley, but I lived in very many cities. I never lived anywhere for more than a few years until I got to Pacifica in 1975, and I've been here for 49 years.
A long time.
So this is hometown.
And I understand you not only play the saxophone, but you were very active in local politics. You were mayor.
I was mayor for a couple of terms in the 80s. 82 to 90, I was on the Pacifica City Council, but I also keep my hand in some more recent issues.
Well, how in the world did you run for mayor? I mean,
you don't run for mayor.
You don't? You run away from being a mayor.
Well, that's a good idea.
And then someone says, wait, stop, we need a mayor.
Yeah, basically, in our form of government, city manager form of government, the council members take turns so that you're sort of elected by the other council members. You're not directly elected as mayor, but.
Well, I was just thinking, Pacifica was smaller then in the 80s as a city.
You know what?
I mean, to me it would be because it's grown.
You know what? It hasn't grown. It has the same population roughly as it did in the 80s.
It's just that the prices have gone up.
That's true.
I noticed that. So I thought, well, if prices go up, the city must grow, and it became very popular.
It's gotten very popular because people, well,
it's a
I don't even want to say, but
No,
people have
us.
discovered Pacifica, and
That's
that it's a
exactly
nice
it.
climate and a lot of open space in the ocean and hiking and a lot of outdoor recreational opportunities.
Yes, it's one. So music was not your full gig or job.
No, I had another entirely different career that was not politics.
Well, tell us.
I had my own business as a consultant. We did a lot of research and training and other stuff in health and human services.
Oh, wonderful.
Shortest version I can do.
That's great version. And music is very, very therapeutic.
Yes, it is.
It's a wonderful
It's the best therapy
vehicle.
I know, and it's the best painkiller that I know of.
See?
You can't be in pain if you're playing music.
No, you can't. And if you don't feel great, you play anyway. The show goes on.
There you go.
And you start feeling better.
You
by
feel
the end.
better as long as you're playing, and then when it's over, you go back to being miserable.
Yeah, well, not exactly.
Well, whatever.
Whatever is a good word. And so, and I understand, so you're still a little active in the political scene
Yes.
here, but you play with the band.
Yes, I do.
And you play other gigs too occasionally. I mean, it's together you play.
He has his own band.
I have another band that I've had
yes.
for 20 some odd years.
What's the name of it?
It's called Wall of Blues, and I play sax and keyboard in that band.
Oh, and keyboard. Now are you gigging anywhere?
That band plays regularly at the American Legion down in Princeton, and we have recently played at Pacifica Performances, the Mildred Owen Concert Hall, and other places up and down the coast.
Well, that's great because, yes, I'm a member of the American Legion.
Oh, are you really?
I used to go down there all the time to
Very
Princeton.
good.
So I'll look forward to seeing you.
That's our home
band.
away from home for that band, but I'm here to talk about Etaoin.
Yes. Oh, of course. Wait a minute. You've got the shirt. Etaoin. Now, can people go online and get some of this? What do we call it?
That's a collector's item. That's one of a kind. So make Peter an offer.
Oh my gosh, Peter!
I'll sell this shirt off my
Yeah,
back.
but it has the logo and everything of the band. I hope we get. Yeah, you got to take a good look at this. Maybe face the front a little here.
I can't.
I'll try and pull it up a little bit. But it is the logo, and you know what? You should have more of those printed. People love that. To get shirts and anything. Logos.
That might happen.
I think we need to do that. I think it's really important. And so what was your main profession? I don't think I ever asked you, Larry.
I was IT, so computer support, and I was really fortunate. I got to spend almost 10 years at the California Academy of Sciences.
Oh, yes, I think I read that.
Followed by 13 years at the Walt Disney Family Museum in the Presidio. So all of that time in my working life, working for nonprofit museums in beautiful parks.
Yes, you really did. I have heard the Walt Disney Museum is wonderful. It is to see it.
I think so, and many people do, yes.
It's full of everything Disney.
A lot of people don't know it's there, but yeah, it's a wonderful gem in the Presidio.
And how was in the other museum you worked for?
I was at the
science?
California Academy of Sciences.
Oh, the
in
Academy
Golden
of
Gate Park.
Sciences is great.
Yeah,
I grew up going there.
Right, I had an opportunity to work in the old building that you are familiar with before it was torn down and replaced by the new one.
Well, I loved it because the first thing you would see were the alligators.
Yep.
and you'd walk in, and as a kid, I would see 3 alligators. Now you have one, and it's a white one, right? So it was different then, very different. But, well, what is the goal for the band? Do you have something you're striving for?
Interesting you should ask. So this is not a goal-oriented band, and part of it might be my age. So I'm pushing 70, and I appreciate the value of what's happening right now. So yeah, we learn more songs. We're always trying to improve ourselves and improve our sound, but there's no particular objective that we're aiming for. My goal, if I have one, is for every experience in the band, be it a rehearsal or be it a performance, be as much fun as possible for the band members and as creatively satisfying. And what's wonderful about this band is that has actually occurred.
Well,
it's a great experience.
And it's occurred this Sunday when I was listening to the band. We didn't play those 2 clips that I took with my iPhone. Let's get to those, because this is an example of having a great time, and you had a different singer.
So Danielle's out of town, so our original vocalist, Carlos, from Malaga, Spain.
He sang.
Carlos was singing for us on
All right,
Sunday.
let's watch this.
About time, stops the rocket ship, the lights on go under, with the cloud on his feet. She uses about time, says the rocket ship. Que se muera de pena, todos bailan con él.
Oh, this has just been a great, wonderful afternoon. I want to thank you both for coming on the show. We have to stop, and everybody, please go and see Etaoin. No,
Etaoin.
Etaoin at Winters at the end of this month. Okay? And then Golden Gate Park in July. And, of course, the streets, Sunday streets, and the Excelsior in San Francisco. And then in September, Montara. And then in October, the Inner Sunset, where I saw you this Sunday. So there's so many gigs, and I thank you both for coming on.
Thank you,
One more time. Larry Arndt, the leader.
Thank you,
Etaoin Shrdlu.
Shrdlu.
And get the shirt if you can. All right, watch out, Peter. We're going to grab that shirt before you leave. So I'll see you both live.
Mixed up Siciliano, all your Genovese do the mambo like a crazy with a hey mambo. Don't want a tarantella, hey mambo. No more a mozzarella, hey mambo. Mambo Italiano, try an enchilada.